The Rolyan Splint Baths are designed to need little maintenance from the owner, especially if cleaned and maintained as directed. Eventually, however, you may need to replace some parts. These parts are easy to remove to be cleaned and/or replaced. Before removing and changing any parts, make sure the splint bath is turned off, unplugged, and emptied. Now, let's review some splint bath maintenance. First, if you have a smart model, you'll need to clean or possibly replace the inline filter. This filter is located inside the splint bath basin and designed to keep small particles and debris from building up in the bath's pump. So it's important to make sure it gets cleaned regularly, and if it's damaged, that it's replaced immediately. Using the supplied Allen key, taped to the door of the storage compartment, remove the inline filter from the thermocouple found inside the water basin. Use a toothbrush or toothpick to remove any stubborn debris from the screen and rinse it well. Wiggle the filter back onto the thermocouple with the screw head facing out and tighten the screw. Also, if you are using a smart model, you'll also need to clean the secondary inline filter. This secondary filter catches any debris that the basin filter may not have caught and keeps the bath pump in good working order. It's located at the back of the bath, and to access it, you need to remove the back panel of the bath using a standard screwdriver. Next, loosen the cap of the clear filter reservoir and remove the mesh strainer. Rinse the strainer with warm water and, if needed, use a toothbrush to remove any additional debris. Before replacing the filter, check to see if there's any water left at the bottom of the filter bowl. Using the red priming bulb, suck out any water, repeating until it's all gone. Place the strainer back into the reservoir, replace the cap, and tighten, being careful not to over-tighten, as this could crack the cap. Finally, replace the back panel, tightening the screws to hold it in place. One of the things that makes the Rolyan Smart Splint Bath so special is its ability to sanitize the water between uses. To do that, it uses UV light which disinfects the bath water when it's exposed to it. The UV bulb is located at the back of the bath behind the back panel, which can be removed using a standard screwdriver. On the left-hand side of the back panel, there's a black rubber boot plug closing the UV bulb housing. Remove the boot and carefully slide the bulb out of the housing. Disconnect the bulb from the wire connectors. Reattach the connector ends to the new bulb and insert the bulb back into the UV housing. Any extra wire can be wrapped around the bulb and gently inserted into the housing with the bulb. Make sure the rubber boot is securely put back into place in the UV housing and replace the back panel and tighten the screws. An error message, UV lamp defective, will appear on the display screen when the bulb needs to be changed. The Rolyan Splint Baths use a coin cell battery to maintain power in the display for programming. It is recommended to replace the battery once per year to ensure you don't lose any custom settings or other programming. To replace the battery, remove the 5 M4 screws from the top of the black display panel and gently tip it to the side. Make sure the black USB cable remains plugged in while you look for the plastic battery housing. Remove the old battery and replace with a fresh CR2032 battery with the flat side facing up in the housing. Replace the display panel on the bath, making sure the wires and the gasket that keeps the display watertight are all in place. Then, tighten the screws. If an error message appears on the display after changing any parts, please reference your owner's manual or contact Rolyan for more information. Replacement parts are available by calling Performance Health. Thank you for choosing Rolyan, where ingenuity and artistry go hand in hand.